Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Panerai Luminior 1950 Regatta Rattrapante chronograph. This is a special watch on a couple of levels. Now, every Panerai is a numbered edition. They only make a couple of thousand watches per year, and each model within a model line is individually numbered. Now, within the Panerai production per year, there are the special editions, which are even more exclusive. These come with certificates, and each watch is numbered within the special edition. And within the special editions, we get to a very important and very exclusive run of one model per year for each of the last 10 years, and that is the Panerai Classics Yacht Challenge Limited Edition. For 2007, it was this PAM00286 Luminior 1950 Regatta Rattrapante. Now let's get into why it's special. Right off the bat, this watch packs a lot of cool content. It's a Rattrapante chronograph. So what does that mean? Well, any chronograph is going to be an exception among Panerai. They tend to be simple watches without complications. And among chronographs, Rattrapantes are really special because they can time two separate events at once. If you're timing a foot race in the Olympics, motorsports, or a yacht race where several competitors are competing simultaneously on the same course, you need the ability to time two at once. Now you can see the reflection of that second hand that's moving along. The blue main chronograph seconds hand continues to move, and the Rattrapante hand can be stopped to mark the end of a first event. Now, by getting those split events, you can time the margin between the two competitors and get a sense of where they are in relation to each other. Is the gap growing or is it shrinking over time? Now, naturally, you can also stop it and reset it like a conventional chronograph. But that Rattrapante function is rare and exotic, and people who know watches know that a split-second chronograph is really something special. But there's more to it than that, because this is a Luminior. This is the shape that built the House of Panerai in the modern era. This is the shape that inspired Sylvester Stallone when he was in Rome in '95 to buy a couple of hundred of the things and establish them on the mainstream radar. This is the shape that inspired a world of Paneristi around the globe, the fans of the brand, to fall in love with it. Now you see this device protecting the crown, the little crescent on the side, flanking the crown. That little lever device was patented in the military era of Panerai production. It allows you to use the crown easily without gloves, or if your hand is wet or sweaty or greasy, and it also ensures that you're never going to go into the water without the crown locked, because let's face it, you can't miss that. So that's convenient, but it's also iconic. Now there's a lot more going on here because this is also a watch that's chronometer certified, independently assessed by the Swiss Contrôle Officiel Suisse de Chronomètre. It is an organization that's a third party that's paid by the companies to certify movements if they pass the test. Now the test primarily tests accuracy and precision over 16 days. Only 1% of Swiss watch production is chronometer certified, so that's a pretty big deal in the scheme of things. Now, this one's also a limited edition, so being a special edition Panerai, and very limited at that, it comes with a certificate, as do all of their special editions, testifying to its status as such. Now we have that in the original equipment for the watch, which is comprehensive, but I'll get to that in a minute, because this watch contains a jeweler's tool and a spare rubber strap. This one right here is actually carbon fiber patterned on the top. It's very supple leather on the bottom. But because the watch has that accessory strap that you can use if you wanted to take it to the beach or in the pool or go yachting with it, it's got a lot of versatility and the ability to swap the strap out yourself at home without a tool or without going to a jeweler, because you get all the equipment you need with this watch. It opens up that subculture of Panerai aftermarket straps. So if you want to get into that hobby within a hobby, buy other straps and other materials, other colors, change the look of your watch, this watch sets you up to do that. But there's also more on the back, where you can see that this watch has a display case back. Now you can see that it's got that automatic rotor, so you don't have to wind the watch if you wear it daily. It's an auto winding watch, but it's also got a column wheel right there next to the crown. Now that's the mark of a high-end chronograph, because that's Panerai's own modification to the movement to allow the Rattrapante feature to work, and it allows a very crisp click-click rifle bolt type action to the mechanism. It has a premium tactile feel, and it really bespeaks fine watchmaking. In the hand, it's a pleasure to use, and it really says a lot about the pedigree of this watch as a luxury watch and a fine timepiece. But there is a lot more going on here because, as you can tell, this doesn't look like a garden variety of Panerai. Now, they do have a little bit of a reputation for being a bit repetitive, maybe being similar in shape and size, but any chronograph Panerai is going to stand apart from that pack. And this one's definitely a Panerai for the nonconformist. Not just a chronograph, but a Rattrapante split seconds chronograph. Forget about it. This one is a drop in the bucket of Panerai production. It's a real special watch. And to the right kind of enthusiast who's into that standout type of appeal, the guy who doesn't want one of what everyone else has, this is a really appealing package. And it wears bigger than its size. At 44 millimeters, you could almost call this a tweener, because with the Rattrapante functions, it wears bigger than the 44. But if you think the 47 is a little too big for you, this is a 44 that wears like maybe a 45 or a 46. So this is a great intermediate size. Effectively, the way it wears, feels great on the wrist, sits light, distributes its weight evenly, and it looks the business. You've got that hobnail grid pattern on the dial, just like Royal Oak from Audemars Piguet that made that waffle pattern famous. You've got the accents of light green and blue and black, and you've got the white text, and it's all really evocative of the sea in an elegant, subtle fashion. And that's the great thing about this watch. While Panerai's military amphibious combat history is inspiring and stirring, it's an episode frozen in time. Through the Classic Yachts Challenge, Panerai continues to build a living legacy at sea. It continues to write new chapters, and this watch is a big part of that. We have basically a comprehensive set of accessories here, both factory boxes, all of the technical manuals that come with the book, the limited edition certificate, the jeweler's tool, and the auxiliary strap. When you buy this watch, you're getting virtually everything you would receive in an authorized dealer's showroom, but at a substantial discount from original MSRP. Dynamism, individuality, complexity, and techno-cool are the essence of this watch. I should also mention, again, as one of only 500, it's very exclusive. So if you want a Panerai that stands out from the crowd, the nonconformist among Luminors, you want the Panerai PAM00286 Luminor 1950 Regatta Rattrapante, available from watchyouwant.com.